Hello, folks. I am Ed Overstreet, and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time. Bear with me. I'm closing out some windows. I'm also still fighting sinus infections that have knocked me down. Really tough stuff. And let's move on to my screen share, and I'll show you what. We're looking at the full disk through the solar scout, and I'm taking a few images. I think I just completed them, but there's some now. Let me orient this for you. This is the southeast part of the sun. I just flipped the mount as the sun transited uh, this morning. This this was in the bottom left hand. So we're looking at the southeast part, and this is a new region of high activity that's rotating across the face of the sun. And we have another late developing sunspot that's on the west side of the sun, but some strong filaments. And so, as you can see, the sun is pretty active. So, um, I'm going to leave this view of the sun for now, and I'm going to change cameras and telescopes. And so let's dial down the exposure some and some more. Got some focus issues too, and let's also see if we can let's change this to 8 times sidereal. And now we're going to go visit that sunspot. And it should be up here, upper right. Let's see, there it is. And if I'm not mistaken, we do have some flaring going on too. Yeah. So there's some flaring activity on the limb that's getting ready to transit. Let's see, I want to focus or work on focus. And get rid of this reticle. And I think I'm going to zoom a little bit. Just enough, excuse me, to see if I can't fix focus. Try going out. but it hasn't improved it. So let's go bracket the focuser in some. Let it settle down. And that's progressively getting worse, so I think that's about the extent of focus. I'm going to have to take some flats to get rid of this. As a matter of fact, we're going to get rid of this flat frame that I'm currently using. Let's see, focus can be improved. I think that's a little better. Excuse me again. Okay. Let's go back to our, and I want to knock off, let's do a couple of things. One, let's move the sun up a little bit, and I'm going to be taking some flats in a few minutes, and we'll process one of these, and I'll show you how another way you can take flats besides using the capture flat tool, and which works, but I prefer this method because the sharp cap method will not get rid of these really defined sensor dust problems that I have, but defocusing the image and using auto stacker to remove the flats works. So I want to do a couple of things here. I want to get my histogram a little better than it is right now. Get rid of pre-processing, and I want to raise my exposure till I'm up here to around 80. That's fine. 84 works. And then let's also kind of work on that a little bit. All right. This is going to be the Quark, and this view is going to be the east side, so it's center east, and I want to take let's take 500. Yep, that'll work. 500 frame. Each. Actually, before I take 5 of these, I think I'm going to, I've got one taken. I think what I'm going to do is process one of these. Let me take a flat and I'm going to center the sun best I can. I'm going to move. Wrong way. Let's just go down to 16. Okay, and let's come down just a little more. All right. I also want to make sure my gain's on 0, and I want my exposure to be up to, let's see, that's it. That's where, maybe I raise it just a little more, just slightly. That's good. All right. So this is going to be our flat. I need to defocus. I'm going to move my focuser in 1,000 steps. There's 500. There is 1,000, and you can see all the dust. I think I'm going to go in another 500 steps. And I'm going to call this my flats, and I'm going to take 200. All right, done with that. So before we do anything else, let's go ahead and bring the focuser back to where it was. And we are going to process this first image that I took with the let's see, November 3rd. This image right here. Oh, I need to open my flat video first. And I'm just going to create a master flat, and we're going to save that in the root directory for today and call it and so we're making a master flat. You don't have to analyze or anything else with AutoStacker. Just load your video of your defocused image and go to image calibration, and that's it. Now we're going to open our let's see. We took two of the images. We'll just use this one. and increase it a little bit. So you see all the crud that's on the image. Sure doesn't look like we got much detail, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load my master flat, and hopefully this dirt right here, let me move the, will go away. So we need to go to the third. There's our master flat. There it went. So we managed to get rid of that. We really don't have a very sharp image. I need to go back to focus before I take a mess of these and have them all. Let's go ahead and process it just to see. But it isn't much to look at, and it does not look like it's focused. I apologize for this extremely slow laptop. I think it's about to be replaced. It's having all kinds of problems. Okay, I'm going to save, I'm going to save 50%. Let's place a grid of, say, 104. No, let's go ahead and do 200. No, 104. Stack them. While it's doing its thing, we can go back out and see what we can. Still don't have it right. Okay, let's change this back to 4 times sidereal. And we're going to take a few more. This is the center, and we're on the eastern side. Of the sun. And let's see where auto stacker it is. I'm going to go ahead and start a capture. We'll take, we've already got 5. I'll do 3 more. We've got 2. I'll do 3 more. But I want to see how bad focus is. So while we're taking pictures, My flat may have been a little bit too dark because my sun got a little brighter after I applied the flat. Come on, Nova. We're having an exceptional run of clear skies tonight, tomorrow night, the next, all the way up until Tuesday. Then there's a pause, and then clear skies come back again. So it should go quickly as soon as we finish stacking. Stacking takes the longest for this old time computer, and the rest of it's, there we go. And we're done. Let's bring up IMPPG. There it is. And load our image. And today. I imaged yesterday, but my throat was wrong one. My throat and cold was so bad, I sounded bad. All right. We need our curves. I'm going to put an anchor point there. And that wasn't framed very well because I didn't get the flares up here. So let's let's go for broke. Let's darken the skies and see if we can bring up the flare this way. That sometimes works where, let's see if deconvolution 2.4, 2.4, right there. And 1.4 and 1.4. Nah, we just don't have a very sharp image. I may have to go work on and adjust my controls on my Quark. Let's go crazy. I don't think any of these adjustments is going to help much. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's go back out and see the sun. And we want to get these flares, so let's okay. All right, let's see what we can do with focus. Let's take another 500 here, and let's just use quick capture. Nope, I don't want that one. This is the one I want. And it doesn't look any better, does it? Need to apply our flat frame to it, so let's go to Tools and get up Auto Stacker first, and Tools, did it again, Auto Stacker, Image Calibration, Load Master Flat, there it is. Okay, let's go ahead and analyze. I imaged the Pinwheel Galaxy the last 2 nights, and I have right at 15 hours of total exposure time with 3 hours of hydrogen alpha. I'm processing that in this. There's a laptop, a iMac right to the left of me. I keep looking at that if you wonder what I'm doing, but I'm running that right now in the weighted batch processing script. Had a lot of good data. Okay, let's place our grid. Stack it. And let's stop that. I don't want 50%. I'm just stacking garbage. Let's do 15, not 50. Let's take another quick capture and go back, and this is about done. Let's bring 15%. Here it is. And let's reset this curve. Now the focus is a little better. I like this look better when you convert to RGB, when you're able to pull out the flares, but when you're not, I just go back to this. That may make a okay image with a crop about here, and spin it. Don't know. Take some more. Let's move around the sun some. It sure looks so out of focus. And yeah, we're going to have to speed things up. Let's check and see if anything's happening on the lens. Oh, looky here. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to get some pictures of this. And we got a sunspot. Ooh. All right, we're going to have to work on this. We need a good histogram to show us. So what do we want to do? First, let's pinpoint that flare. All right, so let's no, we want to go the other way, and center it. The backlash is so bad in this mount, it just takes the gears a while before they kick in. Okay. All right, let's knock off one of these, and this is going to be the western center west, and let's take actually let's go ahead and take a number of these. We'll take 5, and let's make it 700. Let's see, we're at 86 frames per second. That's good. Although it appears that I've blown out the sun over here, the histogram tells me that I haven't. It's just I've moved these vertical bars on this histogram in order to bring out some of the detail on the sun. Okay, let's go process one of those. And let's load our flat. And let's analyze. And we'll go back out here. See, I've never had this. I've replaced cables, I've changed the little external scan disk hard drives, and I'm still having this crazy buffering. I just think the laptop is working on its last days. It needs a lot more memory. Wow. It's never been this bad though. It may have 20 or 30 to buffer, but you couldn't do a time lapse. And I never had this problem before, and I used this laptop, but you could not do a time lapse. Uh, well, I guess you could. It takes about 30 seconds to buffer all those frames, though. Okay, we are about ready to place our alignment points, and we'll stack 15%. What does this thing do? Uh, oh, I hate Windows. If it wasn't for astronomy software, I would not have any Windows computers. But almost all the astronomy software that I'm using right now is only written for the Windows platform. Hmm. As soon as I process this one, though, I'm going to sign off for today, and I'm going to go out and adjust the etalons because I need to bring out more detail than I'm bringing out on the sun. The scene conditions are actually really pretty good today, so it's can't blame scene on this poor image detail. But I'll go start dialing in on the Quark Chromosphere and on the Solar Scout, which is what I'm using. You have a dial, and I usually set it at the center, and I move it clockwise when it gets colder out. counterclockwise in the warmer temperatures, and it's started out kind of cold this morning, but I can tell you it's 77 degrees right now at the mount. So I'm going to try to adjust that for a little better definition, since I'll be gone up on the mount, up on the hill where my telescopes are, making an adjustment, waiting 15 minutes for it to reset, do it again, wait another 15 minutes. Okay, let's process this one, and I'm just going to close out AutoStacker, and let's bring up IMPPG and open up. Let's see, what did we just do? Okie doke. We need to reset everything. Reset. Reset. Let's fit it to the screen and let's process everything. An anchor point. Ooh. I might be able to see it that way. Yeah. Reset. Yeah, I need to do some work on the at least the Quark Chromosphere. Cut dust that did not flat out. I need to work on that. Well, unimpressive. So the only other thing I'm going to do, we finish that, is I'm going to change cameras and see what the other, we're bring up the wrong way. Now this is the Solar Scout. I don't think it needs adjustment. I've got some pretty decent detail. As a matter of fact, to change. Got to move around some boxes here. Capture area. Let's go to it's telling me my flats won't work. Okay, let's try. Wrong way. No, that's the right way. Right way. All right, there's that sunspot. And let's see if that flare. I'm going to take a couple more scout pictures before I sign off. And let's just take 500. Hey, Mary Garcia. Yes, I've done that. I've changed all the cables. It's entirely possible, though, that I replaced it with a cable equally bad because I have a couple drawers behind me that where I put USB cables, and and I should just toss the ones that have been out a while and start from scratch. But I also tried. It might be my Pegasus power box, um, because I run all of my power to the Pegasus, which sits on the. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think I can show you. Okay. All right. Um, the Solar Scouts on top and the uh, Quark Chromosphere is underneath. But underneath and on this saddle is this blue box. And all of the power goes into the blue box and all the data goes into the blue box. So it's a Pegasus Ultimate Power Box. And so I just have one data line and one power line coming to my, well, to a power source and to my laptop. So now I haven't tried running a USB directly from the camera to the laptop. That would be the next step. And I probably would solve all of my problems if I did that. So, but it could be my laptop, and my laptop is doing some other things, which tells me it's my laptop, um, or it could be the problem. I've got three of these power boxes. There are two other kits that are set up outside that each have one of these. I did swap them. So this one was originally on another um, permanent setup, and So it still could be the power boxes, but so far I have replaced the cables. I've swapped the power boxes, and the only thing that I haven't changed is the laptop. And the external hard drives that I use are 2 terabyte scan disk. They're, well, this isn't a scan disk, but it's like this. You can, they're real thin. I put Velcro, I just stick them on the side of the rail, and so they're very handy. Uh, and I've swapped those out too, just to and reformatted them and started from scratch just to see if I was having problems with that. So I don't know, but I'm unable, really unable to do a time lapse. So you're talking about Chuck Aub? Yeah. The more I increase the frame rate, though, with this, the more the buff, the greater the probability of buffering problems because it just can't handle the space, the bandwidth that's being set to it. So yeah, I can raise the gain and lower the exposure and increase the frame rate. Um, doesn't solve the problem. Now, it's not as big a problem for me to have a fast frame rate when I'm imaging the sun. In fact, it's not a problem at all. Um, it is a problem with planets because they rotate so fast. But the sun is not a rotation, it rotates, but not a significant amount during some of these slow frame rated images. So I don't get too concerned. Uh, I'd rather have a zero gain and no noise than and have a slower frame rate. Takes a little longer, but it isn't that much longer. And again, I don't have to concern myself with the rotation of the sun creating a blurry image because of the long or the time it took to take it. Let's take another quick capture, and then I'm going to sign off. And this is a different camera. This is the ASI 1600, and it's dropping frames. I never had that problem before. And as soon as it takes it, it's going to buffer. If I went to the 174, it's doing the same thing. So two different cameras are having the same problem. I haven't switched laptops. I hate to do that. Um, this isn't going to work, I don't think. I'm going to bring up my outside camera. My umbrella, my patio umbrella is going to hide everything, I'm afraid. Yeah. Okay. Well, over here is the outfit. Over to the far right is the solar equipment that's taking pictures right now that my patio umbrella is screwing up. But I have I have a laptop that's designated just for this, and then I have a laptop that this is sitting on designated for this telescope, and this one is designated for that. And I have found if you interchange them, I get port conflicts, and I'm a Mac user for the most part, and it's so frustrating for me to have to straighten out these Windows problems that I run into when uh, I'm plugging different devices into the COM ports. So I try to minimize those things from happening. And but I have another laptop right behind me that a Windows laptop that it's a little larger than I like to use because I like these real small ones that I have out here, and it's a little larger. But I'm tempted. It's a newer one, and I'm tempted to take it out and start using it. But at any rate, that's what's going on outside, and I'm going to take one more. That's my famous last words. Yeah, 500. Let's take one more. But the scene conditions are really, really good. Daggone it. I needed to apply the fret frame. I don't think there's one applied. Okay. Nah. All right. This is, as soon as this is done, I'm going to go get the flat frame and apply it and take one more. I can see the dust up here. 1200 dropped. I never had drop frames before. 3 frames per second. Still, it's not a problem for the sun. I guess it could become one because the sun does rotate. And now it's buffering. So that's the ASI 1600 camera. But I think I can apply the frets now. Nah, yeah. All right, let's see. I want the flat for the. I'm going to go to my desktop. I retook these flats. Made a difference. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This is a real sizable spot here. And the flaring that's going on over here, wow, it's wicked. It is big time. There's some here too, some flaring here, and a huge one right here. uh, okay. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I am. I don't know if I ever said I wasn't going to do it, but let me find my controller here. Now this is the, hang on a minute. Got to mute myself because I've got a bad cold. This is the ASI 174 that I'm using now. I'm going to show you that flare over here. I apologize for the okay, watch this thing come out here. Oh, has it gone away? It absolutely has. That thing has, wow, it has disappeared. No, let's see if it's here. Well, I caught it. I've got a picture of it. But my goodness, it didn't last long. Wow. It was a monster. If you were if you were watching 30 minutes ago, I was imaging it, and it was several 100,000 miles high, I'm sure. My goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to go spend some time outside trying to adjust my Quark and my the Scout's fine. I'm going to try to adjust the Quark and see if I can't get some better detail than I'm getting right now. And it's going to be a nightmare trying to do it because I can't really see that good on the outside laptop. So I'm going to have to make adjustment, come in the house, wait for it to settle down, play around with this, and then go make another adjustment and then decide on which one is the best. Yes. Do I really want to do that? I pretty much have to, I guess. All right. Well, with that being said, folks, I'm going to wish everybody a happy weekend. I will be imaging tonight, and I'm thinking I'll probably image live. I don't know what I'm going to image. I'm going to finish up taking pictures of Saturn and Jupiter with the 8-inch Celestron Edge HD and the Uranus camera by Player One, and then with the wide field set up on the other pier. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I may not decide until I go live, and then I'll go find something. But anyhow, that's the plan. So I will catch you guys later.